Emotional affair outside. My wife has been having an emotional affair for months. She has been playing online spades with this guy for about 8 months. She said the time frame. I haven't been tracking it. She plays for hours nearly every night. The only time she doesn't play with him is when he is not there. He'll even go so far as to let her know if he isn't going to be playing. I'll be gone until Sunday. I have been arguing that this relationship is wrong for months. However, she has continually insisted that it is just fun. 12 days ago, I came across, accidentally, some Google searches, falling in love on the internet, getting over an emotional affair, and several searches for him. Supposedly, she only knows his first name and last initial and that he lives in Denver. I confronted her and she admitted that she had lied. She said she wouldn't play with him again. She has played every single night and has even called him. I don't believe they have ever met. She says she needs time to end it in her own way. She can't feel forced to end her relationship with him. How do I give her space to do that while she tears my heart out every night? Well, we have 3 kids, ages 7, 8, and 10. If there were no kids, I would most likely leave, however. I believe strongly that it would be best for all of us to save our marriage. She says she is torn and it's eating her up inside. She is a good mother. She homeschools the kids all day. When I get home, she takes a break for the past 8 months. That break has been with him. That is my main problem. The kids are going to spend a couple of nights with their aunt and uncle. Tonight and tomorrow night. We will be in the house alone. My hope is that she will give him up for at least these 2 nights and spend time with me. If not, it appears that our marriage is finished. I just want to do all that I can to save it. I have told her that I feel like a doormat. She sends quite conflicting messages. She'll snuggle up with me at night, which is a change for her. It's been years since we have cuddled. She says that is a good sign. Today, I had the horrifying thought that I may be him in her mind at night. She plays for hours with him, then snuggles up with me. I have taken it that she is becoming closer to me because I am being patient with her about this thing. At least trying to. However, now I wonder which it is. My world has been turned upside down and I don't know which way is up. I've got work to do. Blocking the website would be a way to force her to stop her actions. She would take that as being controlling. She would automatically know that I did it. So it wouldn't be a sneaky way to block her. I suppose I am being managed. Perhaps she is trying to figure out how much can I get away with. Good dog, roll over. That is harsh, but very true. Reality is harsh. Especially my reality right now. I also agree about the fix. It is very similar to an addiction. My counselor even said that it's like a DACE. They know the shot is not healthy, but they neglect their health for that quick high. She knows this is not healthy for our marriage, but she needs something this affair is giving her. I am extremely weak right now. She lied to me for all this time and made me feel like it was all in my mind. It's just a game. I work hard all day and I need a break. It's just innocent fun. I feel very defeated and broken. Your responses are helping me to see what I really need to see. It is taking away the doubt in my mind over whether I am overreacting. She has maintained that I am making a mountain out of a molehill, even after I saw her Google searches. Well, last week I asked her for a date on Saturday night. That was last Thursday. She said, "Let's see how the next couple of days go." I took it as I don't want to give up my time with him to spend time with you. Apparently, me and the other guy, have the same work schedule. He is available almost the exact times I am. As soon as I get home from work, he is there to play until time for bed. Or later. That simmered in me all day, so that night I worked late. I was there on the online game when he showed up. I watched him sit there at a table alone from 6:15 p.m. until she showed up about 6:45. She showed up and sat down. They immediately started chatting. I got booted last night. Me, too. The site crashes fairly often and many of their nights end when they can't get back online. I sat down and typed me, too, stay away from my wife, it's time for this little affair to end. Then I left to go home. We had a very bad fight on the way home. She said don't come home. I said, you're the cheater. You leave. I'm not leaving. About halfway home, I felt that I had messed up. I started crying and called her to tell her I'm sorry. She said it was over. That night, she went for a walk and took my cell phone. Later, I noticed a call for 42 minutes to Denver, where he lives. She said she had only gotten his number that night and called him because she was so embarrassed. Said a night rolled around and she played with him. That strengthened my view that he was the reason for the delay in committing to a date. In other words, I tried to have a date with her and she rejected me for him, tonight and tomorrow night. The kids will be away. If she cares at all about the marriage, we can have some time alone. I expect her to play with him. I am still debating on how to handle that. She has been having trouble with panic attacks the past month or so. My theory is that this affair has brought them on. She has been on a new medication for a couple of weeks that has prevented them. She called me and was having one. She's nervous because the kids are leaving for a few days. That means we will be alone in the house. As I was thinking that would be a good time for us to work on our marriage, she is thinking that I will be pressuring her. I'm pressuring her to go on a date or spend time with me. She doesn't like to feel pressured. Also, she won't get her quiet time with her cyber lover if I'm not downstairs taking care of the kids. Therefore, her stress level has risen to the point of giving her a panic attack. She doesn't see that the affair is the problem. My getting upset over the affair is the problem. I said I would give her space. But my attitude sucks, so I am being controlling. I don't like her spending time with him. But I try to leave her alone when the kids are there, since she will be alone with me. She is getting stressed out. I guess that shows my place. I don't want to go home either. A man shouldn't dread going to his own home. It should be a place of refuge, not a place of torture. I'm going crazy. We went for a walk last night. We didn't talk much. When we got back, she went straight to the computer and looked at me like, well, go out. You said you would give me my space. But you're not doing it. I told her that this affair is a cancer in our marriage, if not cut out. It will kill the marriage. She said that it is not my decision. It is hers to make. She said that I can't control her actions, but I should do whatever I have to do. I told her, you know what I want? I want to make this marriage work. It can't work with 3 people. The best thing for our children is to make this marriage work. Not only for now, but for their future marriages. Our example will be the most prominent example in their lives of how a marriage should be. If we work together and build a great marriage, the chances of our children having great marriages will be greatly increased. I took off my wedding ring and told her, when you gave me this ring, you wanted a husband. Now, you are telling me to leave you alone so you can continue this affair with a man you know nothing about. He has 2 kids that he only sees once or twice a year. Obviously, he has already wrecked his marriage. Now he is working hard to wreck ours. By continuing this affair, you are saying that me, our marriage, and our children are like a piece of trash to be wadded up and thrown in the garbage. I took a napkin laying on the desk, wadded it up, and threw it in the garbage. When you decide you want a husband, I will be very happy to put this ring back on. You know how I feel. The ball is in your court. Then I went out and slept on the couch. The kids will also be gone tonight. I may or may not go home tonight. I don't want to move out because of the kids, however. I will not be catering to her while she is in this affair. Today is day 14 from the time I found the Google searches. I'll give her 2 weeks of leaving her completely alone. Then I will reevaluate our situation. I feel quite vulnerable. That was your choice. I didn't ask for it back. Well, you don't want a husband. I'll gladly put it back on and work on our marriage when you decide that is what you want. You don't give a crap about me or our marriage. That's not true. We can't get through this lying. You don't have to be mean. We are in a ship during a storm. The ship is sinking. I am bailing it out, but you keep striking it with an axe. I know all the things you know. That's why I'm so torn up. You're torn up because you want him. You know that working out our marriage is the best thing for the kids and us. But you don't give a crap about me or our marriage. That's not true. I care deeply about you and our marriage. When are you going to stop preaching to me? When are you going to stop striking the boat with an axe? That's where we left it. I am controlling and pushy. I am not keeping my word because I had said I would give her space. My preaching is only driving her further away. Yes, the reality is that she has already chosen him. She feels torn because she knows the right thing to do. Thus the analogy between breast cancer. She knows she needs to have a mastectomy to save herself, but she doesn't want to let go of the breast. Either option will bring pain. Giving him up will hurt her. Hurting me hurts her, or so she says, personally. I don't think she gives a flip about my feelings or she wouldn't continue the affair. I agree that I should probably cut off the internet, block the website, tell her family, or all of the above. However, with her rebellious personality and the fact that our marriage is holding on with a very tiny thread, that would indeed be a nuclear bomb to our marriage. She is scheduled to see a counselor next Tuesday. She set that up when the panic attacks were so horrible starting about a month ago. I took off several days of work to take care of her during her ordeal. Now, I see that this affair is the main, if not only, cause of her severe depression and anxiety. I admit fault in not meeting her emotional needs for all these years. I left her vulnerable to the affair. I have told her that. I have also taken steps to improve myself. I told her that I am going to become a damn good husband. It would be a shame for her to let some other woman reap the benefits of that. Since she is going to see a counselor, I will let it ride for 2 weeks, hopefully. The counselor would be worth a grain of salt and advise her that she needs to immediately end this affair. Maybe coming from a professional. She will listen. That is my only hope. Does her upcoming appointment with a counselor make a difference? Should I ride it out until then? She is going for the panic attacks, but surely this affair will be mentioned as the main cause of her anxiety. Will it make a difference coming from a professional, or will my wife just twist things? I'm thinking she will minimize her time and attention on and make it out that I am too controlling. Therefore, the counselor may just see her side of the story and tell her I am indeed the problem. Or should the counselor be able to read between the lines and figure out what is truly going on? I attempted the leave it alone theory last night. I did pretty good, I think. She did cook us a nice supper. However, she had already eaten and was playing with him by the time I got home. Mine was in the microwave. It was very delicious, and I have the rest here for lunch at around 10:30. We discovered a leak in the roof. I patched it temporarily and will have to fix it better tomorrow. We sat down and played a game of Spider Solitaire and shared a cigarette. I started back smoking the day after I discovered the affair was actually what I suspected it was. I thought we were going to bed, but she just sat there. I said, "You're going back to him at 10:40. Now you're trying to tell me when I should go to bed." I told him I heard a leak and I would be back. Well, you don't want to disappoint the boyfriend. The husband don't mean crap, but you don't want to disappoint your boyfriend. Why are you being like this? I cooked us a nice supper and did the dishes. You're upset because I didn't do everything you wanted me to do. Well, you are having an affair right in front of my face. You don't give a duck about me. You don't give a duck about our marriage. You don't give a duck about our kids. Then, I walked out of the room. She came down and we talked for a few minutes. I said that I don't like her right now and I know she doesn't like me. We have 3 kids. The best thing for our children would be for us to work on our marriage and make it a great marriage. Our example will drastically affect the marriages of our children. For that reason alone, we should work this out. We can't work it out until she ends the affair. She said, "Well, that's where you're mistaken. I don't want to work on our marriage." Well, that pretty much sums it up. Her actions have said it for months. What now? I know, I need to expose the affair. Should I get a keylogger for proof when she tries to twist things for her family? Etc. How does that work? It won't show his side of the conversations. Wouldn't it only show what she types? Most of the interaction is just playing the game, which is done by mouse. The tracker wouldn't reflect the time spent devoted to playing the game with him. That is the worst part. Well, I just called her. We talked for 38 minutes, just under the 42 minutes she talked to him. I have very mixed emotions about the outcome. Since I will not leave it alone, I am forcing her to make a decision. I will play with him tonight. I will tell him that it is over. I am not doing this for you. I am doing this for the kids. I will play the beautiful wife and mother role. I will never like you, nor love you. You have forced me to do something that I don't want to do. I will pretend to have a happy marriage for my kids' sake. Pretending won't work. We've been pretending for years. Then we'll work on our marriage. No, I am not doing this for you. Are you happy now that you get your way? Maybe we can go to marriage counseling. I'm not going to marriage counseling. I am not doing this for you. I am doing this for the kids. So, you'll end the affair, but hold bitterness and resentment toward me for the rest of our lives. Yes, okay, ending the affair was the most important thing for my marriage, according to all of the experts. Now what? Why do I feel worse now than before she said she would end it? There is no remorse on her part at all, just anger that I forced her into a decision. What do I do now? I've asked the past 2 weeks for a date on Saturday night. Last week, she declined. That is what set me off to go to the online game and tell him to stay away from my wife. Today, I called her to ask her out. Why would I want to go out with you when you treated me like crap last night? I got upset with her when she was getting back online with her boyfriend at 10:40 p.m. after playing with him all night. I guess I was just supposed to sit idly by while she is in the midst of her affair. Today's conversation deteriorated into "I'll end it tonight for the kids' sake, for forcing me to do something I don't want to do. I will never like you or love you. I will pretend for the kids' sake. Our marriage is a one-way street. I'm trying." She is chopping. Well, she isn't going to stop. She asked him to change his name. He changed it to "Taken Sorry." Well, that certainly shows his stance. She said some woman was giving her a hard time about spending so much time with her man. Well, I imagine that must have been someone from here. My 400 on control issues said that you can never tell someone choose him or me. If they choose you, they will only harbor resentment. Well, I will only build resentment the longer it lasts. I knew it wouldn't be over when she said it today. I suppose above ground is better than underground. I will look for the key logger. I thought I had a good plan. I asked her on a date for tonight. I told the kids I had asked her out. They are staying at their grandparents' for the night. I told her I'm going to a club right now. I'm watching their table at a table in McDonald's. There is no chat. That means they are on the phone. I will have the phone record, but that does me no good right now. I have no proof of what they are talking about. One good thing is we've needed a new phone for quite a while. The battery only lasts about 15 to 20 minutes. I've offered several times, but she wanted to research to find the best one, lol. Her insistence in waiting means she will only be able to talk to him for a short time. The chatting will start soon. I wanted to capture all of the chat from tonight to print out and share with her family. Friends, well, it went as expected. As soon as he was too sick from drinking too much and went to bed, she started calling me. I ignored the phone calls for a while. Went to a bar and drank a couple of beers. Actually 2. Not alcoholic talk for many. Somehow, she thought to check on our daughter's laptop. When I finally answered, she asked me where it was. I told her I had it and I want a divorce. I have the transcripts of the entire night. The things she said to him are unforgivable. When I got home, she came downstairs. I said, "Stay away from me. I don't want to see your face." I went out and took the dog for a walk. When I came back in, she came down again. I told her to stay away from me or I'm leaving. I am too angry right now to be near you. I have pride in the fact that I have never hit a woman. I also know that last night I hated her more than anything in the world. I gave her what for. Later, she went to bed and I laid on the couch. Shortly, she called my name. I said, "Why would you be calling my name and why am I coming to you?" I had calmed down some by that time. I laid next to her and she cried on my shoulder for a while. Then, she flipped a switch and moved to her side of the bed. I'm not exactly sure what happened to cause that. I believe it came after this little exchange. Her, "You think the things I said are horrible?" Absolutely. Her, "What about the things you said?" I thought for a few minutes and responded, "I suppose I should have used a lower tone of voice, however. I will no longer be your doormat to wipe your muddy feet on before you run to him. I will no longer allow an affair to go on in this home. I can't make your choice." That is true. However, choices have consequences. The consequences of you continuing this affair will be great. I was a fool with the wool pulled over my eyes. I had 100 people telling me to yank the internet, etc. Who did I believe? My cheating wife. I am surprised I don't see a lot of "I told you" sauce today. Thanks for all of the advice and for not rubbing it in my face. What a fool I've been for not listening. You are free to leave whenever you want. My children will not leave with you. My children will never be around that man. I saw enough issues from him tonight that they will never see him. I also said that I will work through the common 7 steps to end an affair. It is mostly what everyone says here. I can't remember where I saw the 7 steps laid out. I had told her when we talked on my way home that I was going to file for divorce Monday morning. The things she said still seem unforgivable. Our second daughter's name is Adora, which my wife found in a baby book. It means one who is adored. Last night, she told him at least twice, "I adore you," to most. That word is not very powerful. To her and to me, it is probably the most powerful word in the English language. I told her that for the rest of my life, I will be unable to say my daughter's name without thinking about this night. Powerban, thank you very much for the chat last night. He told me that we can work this out. I kept telling him how much I hate her right now. He kept telling me she is an addict. If she ends it today in front of my face, I told her we will work on our marriage. If not, she is no longer welcome in this house. I suppose that was a bit harsh and soon. I have not blocked the online game yet. He will be there all day today waiting for her. Well, it's 11 a.m. and he's not there yet. I keep checking. If I go out of the room, I take the modem with me. I have kept the modem and all phones in my proximity since last night. I don't want her sneaking some contact to him. She hasn't spoken to me all day, a few words. I asked if she wanted some coffee. I'll fix it. She asked if I had bought some Lysol. I told her it wasn't on the list she made, but I will go get some. That's about it. Not one hug, no physical contact nor eye contact all morning. Perhaps I handled it wrong last night, but that is par for the course. I have handled it wrong from the beginning. As far as I'm concerned right now, I am completely done with her. For the kid's sake, and since everyone tells me it is like an addict, I will give the marriage a chance. I can't do it alone, though. She hasn't been willing to try. Why should I foolishly believe she would now? She told him last night she was planning on buying a prepaid phone so she could call him. However, part of my sucking up to her for all of these years is that I am her little errand boy. She rarely goes to the store. She rarely even leaves the house. I do almost all of the shopping. I have told her that she needs to get out more often, however. Why would she? Her boyfriend has been right here on the computer in our bedroom for months. I am so ready to kick her to the curb. Anybody want to give me a reason not to? The kids, would they be better off with a single dad over a horribly distraught dad? Is she really the great mother I have thought she was for all these years? My daughter was crying her eyes out a couple of nights ago. She asked her mother to play a game with all of us. Of course, she was too busy with her internet lover. I rocked my daughter for quite a while. I am at the end of my rope. She doesn't want to work on our marriage. I don't want to work on our marriage now either. I truly don't know if I can ever forgive, or get over the things she said last night. I want you so bad, I can taste it. Never in almost 13 years of marriage has she said anything like that to me. I told her last night. Our marriage bed has to be the coldest one in the history of planet Earth. However, you talk all this trash to man you have never met. If you had ever talked to me that way, our marriage would have been so incredibly much better. There was more. I am leaning hard on filing for divorce tomorrow, if she doesn't start showing some remorse and end it with him today. I don't think I have the patience or the caring to work through any of the steps for ending affairs. Well, I told her father this morning. I told her that. She went ballistic. He's the one person that she tries to please the most. Her relationship with him has never been that good. She feels like she can't please him. Now, he knows about this affair. She said me telling him hurt more than anything in her life. I explained that I tried to reason with her. I delayed the exposure for weeks when it should have been done. Last night's chat, which I printed out a page of screen prints, showed me that this thing is much more horrifying than my worst dreams. I am ready to sign the papers and leave her for good. Her father was bound to find out. What was going to happen? We're getting a divorce. Why, oh, just because. She could not have reasonably expected this thing to continue and grow without him finding out eventually. Still, she is very hurt and angry that I told him. She gave me his phone number. I burned it. She claims that she doesn't know his last name and does not have his number written down anywhere else. I can find it on the bill. I don't know if she'll think of that. I'll know if that bill has been opened. She got online and told him it was over in my presence. In my mind, the performance today was not nearly as convincing as her performance last night. Do I believe it's over? No, she shows no remorse. She will try to contact him again. She told him she chooses her husband over him, but I was right there and she was asking me what to type. I told her to convince him and me that it was over. She told him that she couldn't play with him anymore because she was going to lose her marriage and her kids. I'm at a loss for my next steps. Does the 180 work now? Or should I be trying to build her love bank balance? Am I still being a doormat? How do I block the site? Well, one day at a time. Well, today is my first day of the 180, a couple of small changes. I usually wear glasses, but my wife thinks I look better. I agree, with my contacts. I usually wear my glasses to work and my contacts on the weekends when I'm around her. When I said I was going to a bar Saturday night, she looked at me and said, "You are quite a handsome man. You better keep it under control tonight. You do have to put your wedding ring back on." Well, that is the first time she has called me handsome in many years. I do believe it was a genuine compliment, but her actions as soon as she thought I wasn't looking put serious doubt on that. I do find it amusing that she wanted me to put my wedding ring back on before I went to a bar. But then she proceeded to have her affair. Well, today I am wearing my contacts to work. Another thing I haven't done in a long time that she likes is wearing cologne. I did spray some on Saturday night. I also sprayed some on this morning. Even Saturday night, I told her I would much rather spend time with her than go out to the bar. She still declined and proceeded with her horrible chatting. I decided this morning also to start working out again, with my appetite lost the past couple of weeks. I have lost about 15 pounds, looking in the mirror this morning and flexing my abs. With a lot of imagination, I thought I saw what might resemble the beginnings of a six-pack. I will clean out the garage tonight to try to find the buried workout bench. I wrote a script to call the OM this morning. Please let me know if you have any suggestions. I plan to call him tonight. This is the husband. I would like to talk to you for a few minutes. First of all, I want to apologize for the pain my wife has caused you. She misled you and me for all of these months. She spent many hours developing a relationship with you without letting you know she was married. The time she devoted to you implied that she was an available woman. She told me I was just jealous and insecure when I got angry for the time she was spending with you. Right now, there are 3 broken hearts, yours, mine, and wife's. We are all adults and are responsible for our broken hearts. I have been trying my best to make wife happy for all of these years. However, I have been playing the wrong tune. We have been trying to play different songs and the melody has been all messed up. Instead of realizing that I needed to change what song I was playing, I only tried harder and harder to play my tune better. In doing so, I failed to meet her emotional needs. I admit that, and I am taking deliberate actions to change. Also, I should have trusted my gut instinct and taken steps to end this affair months ago. Wife should have been upfront with you and let you know she was married early on. Perhaps then you would have thought twice about investing so much of your time developing a relationship with a married woman. Also, if she had have invested the time that she spent with you on our marriage, our relationship would have grown instead of becoming shattered. You should have asked if she was married early on before investing so much time with her. Once you found out she was married, you should have backed off. However, she was telling you by her actions and possibly her words that she was more interested in you than in her marriage. As she told you yesterday, her affair with you is over. I will no longer tolerate an affair in our marriage. She has promised that she will have no further contact with you, ever. I ask that you respect that as well. I can't tell you what to do, however. Please be aware that if you continue your relationship with my wife, the hash of broken hearts will double. We have 3 wonderful children, and I both love very deeply. I have told her repeatedly over the past couple of weeks that the best thing for our children is for us to work on our marriage. Not just stay married for the kids, but develop a loving, blissful marriage. This will take work, and it certainly will not happen if there is any further contact between you and her. I ask you to not try to contact her in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I also ask you to refuse any contact that she may try to initiate. You don't owe me anything, but I ask you to consider the impact on our children. My comment. Part 2 coming tomorrow morning. Check out other stories in the meantime, and let me get back to working on Part 2.